Tammy Sytch in jail again. You know, I watched The Lowest of the Low today. Once again, look, I understand people that do not have sympathy for her anymore, and they have every right to feel that way. They have just given up on Tammy Sytch, and I get that. But finding it comical and humorous that this woman now could end up doing 10 years in jail, that this woman obviously could be one step away from tremendous tragedy, and people find it comical to make fun of someone who has some serious issues. I just find that wrong. I find it wrong. Now, let me give you some details and clarification of some of the stuff you've read online, because some of the stuff you've read online is incorrect. I want to make that clear. And then I would just want to add a little something too, because anybody that tunes in for a while knows that I'm friends with some of Tammy's friends. And, we watched live a couple of years ago when she was being arraigned. And that was not public viewing. That was somebody that got connections with another somebody that gave us access to the feed and said, don't give it out. And we watched everything go down. And, friends of hers crying. She's got a lot of girlfriends that truly, truly care for her. And, I'll tell you a couple of things tonight without, really revealing too much. But the thing is that TMZ is the one that broke it this time around. And, they see what people need to understand is TMZ has alerts set up from all different sheriff websites, jail websites, Google, anything. There's so many name searches, almost every celebrity, whether it's wrestling, movies, music, athletes, TMZ has an alert set up for them. And when someone is repetitively getting in trouble, they have a couple of extra alerts. So Tammy goes wrong in the right state, the right county, where they put a lot of the public information online quickly. That's how TMZ finds out about it. Trust me, there's nobody from TMZ on Tammy's ass 24/7, 365 that just so happens to find out the same day. So she got arrested today in Jersey, having a weapon and making terroristic threats. Weapon was not a gun. All right. I'm going to say it like this. People that are saying that she could face 5 years in jail for the terroristic threats and 1 year for this, all they're doing is they're doing a Google search and they're looking at the violation on the arrest warrant or the arrest report. And they go on a website and that's what they determine. What they're failing to realize is that Tammy is on probation. Tammy has past run-ins with the law and some serious ones. And the problem is you keep screwing up, that jail sentence could be longer and longer and longer. Do I think that she's going to face a crazy amount of jail time out of this? No, because, the word terroristic threats now, look, it's definitely a word you don't want to be associated with. But you want an example of having a weapon and making terroristic threats? I show up at your house with a baseball bat. You motherfucker. If you ever come near me again, I swear to fucking God, I will kill you. I will beat the shit out of your family. I will crack your head open. I'll leave you laying on the street. Blah, blah, blah. That's a terroristic threat. That's what it is. So I'm not trying to diminish it. It shouldn't happen, period. But that's what's going on. She's got issues with relationships and other things that we've talked about many times before. Human beings do crash and burn. And I don't think that's something to celebrate. And the problem is you get the right recipe, and that is just spelling disaster. And it was only a matter of time I don't even know what to say about it right now. I don't even know what to say because some of the things that I've been told about, past relationship, I don't know how you fix that. I really don't know how you fix that. It just, I don't want this to turn into a major tragedy because believe me when I tell you, when I tell you that she's got girlfriends crying hysterical that are that worried about her, it's true. It's not an exaggeration. So I hope some miracle happens and she finally gets her shit squared away. If there's any consolation with this, Piers, no drugs and no alcohol. So, and you know what's messed up about that? And I guarantee you, some of you tuning in, this has nothing to do with Tammy, but I guarantee you, some of you tuning in, you might think of a family member or a friend or someone co-worker or something that you'll think of immediately when I'm say what I'm about to say. It appears no drugs or alcohol this time around. But when people have problems, sometimes the drugs and the alcohol mellow them out so they don't do extreme acts. You see where I'm going with this? So the fact that you're clean and sober and you have clear vision, that could make things even worse. Now, I don't condone drinking and doing drugs, obviously, but it's a really, really double-edged sword when you think about it. So, the fact that, she's going through all of this, I don't know where the happy medium is for her. So it is what it is. And I'll tell you this much. With the OnlyFans, I'll reveal something personal. You know what a lot of her friends, her good friends, think about her OnlyFriends account? And almost everybody, with the exception of one person, almost everybody I'm talking about right now is a female. You know what they all think about her OnlyFans? I'm sure a lot of you out there have said she's got crazy amounts of money coming in. The amount of money that she makes off of OnlyFans is crazy. How do you screw that up simply because you can't let a past relationship go, or you can't just resist from threatening this person or doing this? How do you throw that all away? I'll tell you. A lot of her friends think that the number one reason she does the OnlyFans is because all that attention she gets, it makes her feel worthy. Not worthy, but she feels relevant. She feels like she matters, and she needs that overwhelming attention. There is a big void in her life. I don't know if that void was Chris Candido's passing. I don't know if that void is a couple of relationships gone sour. I don't know if that void is not being in the wrestling business like she was before, but there is a huge void there. And jail doesn't fix that emotional void. Psychologists, doctors, depression, those are the issues that could be with that void. And believe me, a lot of people that are very close to her think that the number one reason why she does the OnlyFans is to fill that emotional void. That's why, when I say that I can't make fun of her, I can't crack jokes. When you think about things like that, it really, makes you understand that there's a lot more going on here than in someone who's just a fuck up, as a lot of people would say. So, oh yeah, come on, Lewis. God forbid there is a major tragedy here. You'll have people, the ones that are the biggest culprits of saying all this horrible stuff, let her rest in peace. Fuck you. Seriously. But I totally understand those that are like, look, I can't keep, defending her. I can't, she just keeps ruining it for herself. I totally get those that just feel like they want to give up. I don't blame you. It's a difference between giving up and not having confidence in someone and kicking them while they're down and making jokes about it. So it's not very funny because you, me, we could end up in a very, 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 very dark place down the line and we just turn into total fuck ups and, just having, being kicked while you're down, it might straighten you out, but it might make it 10 times worse. So I don't want this to turn into a tragedy. I don't want it to turn into a tragedy. So